Hi everybody, this is Peggy for Cropstop.com, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've moved to the other side of my studio and we're going to do a little bit of mixed media today with some really awesome papers and this little bling here. It's from Glitz, so we're going to use that and we're going to try and make a canvas. Now the thing with mixed media canvas, you never know what you're going to get, so hang in there with me. I'm going to actually work on this 4x12 canvas. I'm going to be using a lot of different archival inks. I might make a little bit of washi tape. I'm going to use some different stamps that I've got alongside here. Some different mixed media products like gesso and some Claudine Hellmuth medium gloss, a multi-medium gloss. Oh my word. Just all kinds of stuff. So let me get things straightened around here and let's see what we can come up with. Well, now let's get started. The first thing I want to show you are the products that I'm going to use. These are called Paper Layers by Glitz. I wanted the French Kiss one because I like vintage, but just look at these awesome, and they're thin, which is really cool and perfect for what I want to do. But look, just look at, I'm definitely going to use this one and this one. Look at the menu. I mean, look at these. These are just awesome. So that's the Paper Layers, and then this, oh my, I have an addiction to paper. This is their 6x6 paper, and it's also called French Kiss. I don't know if the camera can really see. Maybe I should bring this a little closer. That might be too close, but just look at these pages. Now, the way I do my canvases, I've learned a lot from a couple of different artists out there, Donna Downey and Christy Tomlinson. So I'm going to use a lot of the techniques I've learned from them and just see what we get. I've gone ahead and done my canvas here. I put a little bit of gesso on there. If you're not familiar with a lot of these products, they're in your art department at your local craft and art supply stores. The gesso is just going to make it so that I can adhere things better and it won't let the paint go dripping through the other side. Now, I do need to get out my, well, I forgot to get that out. Let me go grab my gel medium and I'll be right back. Now, to adhere my papers, I'm going to actually go ahead and use Claudine Hellmuth Studio Multi-Medium Gloss. I don't like to use the gloss on top as much because I like a flatter finish, but I am going to use this to adhere my papers. I pulled some papers out. Let's open this up. Oh my goodness. I guess I should have opened this before I started the camera. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to, there we go. Oh wow, that was really on there tight. And we're going to use one of her brushes. I absolutely love Claudine's brushes. Let's see, you know, we have a mixture of them over here, and they're well used and loved. So all I do, I hope we can see all this. Let me just check here. Yeah, I think you can see everything okay. I'm just going to start tearing papers. I think I'm going to go about there. And the way you do it is just put your gel medium down. And what's really cool about this paper is that when you use your gel medium, to adhere it, it becomes part of your canvas. Now the other thing I use a lot are pieces of pattern paper, like old patterns, and I'll probably pull some of those out. So put that on there. I'm going to put a piece. Actually, I'm going to tear it again. So let me just do some of this. You can see how simple this is to put it on there. And when it hangs over the edge, I just tear it off when it gets dry and we're good to go. So let me build my base here and then we'll come back and play around and do some more. Now I've decided to go ahead and pull out some of my pattern paper because I want to get something on the edges here, and this tissue paper will really mold around there so that when I put my old stains or whatever on there, it's really going to do good. So I've switched over now to the Claudine Hellmuth multi-medium matte finish because I really do, that's kind of my all-time favorite. So all you do, this is so simple. Ink her up. I'm really used to inking, can you tell them? Just doing that. So I just take hunks of the leftover papers and we're going to stick those on there just here. I don't like to waste anything, as you know. And then I'm just going to tear hunks of this and get it up there at the top, and then all you do is just put your little matte medium right over the top and see how nice that goes around the edge, and then all I have to do is tear it and it just makes for a nice foundation. And then when I put on this side, it doesn't cover my print in my paper, and I don't mind if there's wrinkles because that's part of the texture, part of this whole process. So we just go ahead and layer. So can you kind of see, I went ahead and dried a little bit, and I used my fingers. Now let me just warn you, if you don't like getting messy, mixed medium is not your cup of tea, I can already tell you, because, see, you get messy and I haven't even started really. So now what I'm going to do is to go all the way around my canvas here and just put all kinds of tissue paper and some other scraps of paper, because I want to just build my base like so. And that's all there is to that. I've had a hard time in the beginning when I started doing mixed media, because the girls would put this awesome paper on there, then they'd cover it. I'm like, what in the world? But I'm telling you, the more you do it, it's just awesome. This is one of my favorite things to do, and maybe it's because I like to be messy. I'm not sure. So I can just tear the back off of there. So let me just build my sides up, and we'll come back and we'll start doing some inking and stamping. Well, I've gone ahead and totally covered my canvas with the Glitz papers and a little bit of tissue paper. And as I said, I switched over to the Claudine Hellmuth matte medium. And this is awesome for sealing things on there, gluing them on, and then sealing everything. Now, it doesn't look like much now, but promise you, it will turn out to be pretty cool when you're done. Now, what I'm going to do next, let's make sure we got everything where we need it. I'm going to take this piece of paper here. Now this is one of the, what did they tell you this was called? Paper layers. And I've decided that I'll never be to Paris, I'm sure, because I don't like to fly for one, and that's pretty far away. And so I'm going to actually take this part off of there and tear out. I'm going to try and keep the word if I can. And I'm just going to tear. And then I'm going to apply this on my canvas, and I'm going to kind of build around it. And I probably will come back somewhere and use that word. So this is going to be my focal spot, and I think I'll put it there. So all I'm going to do is, again, use my matte medium, put a good coat of that on there, and then I'm just going to apply. And what's really nice about this tissue paper is it's not real bulky. And so it is going to now look as though it's a piece of my canvas. And that's the whole exciting thing about mixed media. And that's how simple that is. And all you're going to do is to continue to build, build, build until you get all the things on there that you like. So I'll let you watch me just a little bit as I build a few things, because that's kind of boring to watch me just glue down. It's the same thing over and over. But I'll do a little bit so you can kind of see. I think I might put this word up here. I talk to myself a lot, but since you're out there in video land, maybe it's not, I'm really not talking to myself at all. So I'm going to build. The other thing I loved this right here, these stamps, so I'm going to take those off of there. And let's see, where can I put those stamps? I'm really, really, really liking those stamps. Let's see. Maybe I'll put them there. Let's see what happens. And then when I get my foundation all built up here, then I'm going to start adding, you know what, maybe I'll tear this side. I'll start working with some of Claudine's studio paints. What I like about those is they're translucent, so I can water them a little bit down. They're not going to cover up my images, which, you know, I don't want to cover all of them. Yeah, now that makes me feel better. I like that better. All right, we'll take a little bit of matte medium and we're going to stick that down. Do you see how that, I hope I'm in the camera here, it's kind of hard doing this, but it makes it now become a part of my canvas. It's not just a hunk of paper, excuse me, laying on there. Let's see if you can see that. Can we bring that in a little bit? Can you kind of see how that now all becomes one? I love this size canvas. I'm running out of wall space in my house, and so it's nice to have smaller canvases. I keep telling my hubby I need him to build me a room just to put all my projects when I'm done. All right. Well, let's see. I think I'm finished with that right now. I'm going to start bringing in, let's close this up. Let's do some stamping and painting and staining. So I'm going to dry this real quick. That's the other thing you're going to do between your layers. Make sure you have a craft mat. We carry these at Crop Stop, and I'm telling you, they are the most wonderful thing, a tool. It's really a tool to have. I can blend inks on here, I can blend paints on here, I can make a mess and it wipes right up. So make sure you have one of those. It will protect your table. Also, when you're heating, it's not going to burn your table or whatever surface underneath because it's a heat resistant. So let me heat this up a little bit and I'll be right back.